Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Thunderstruck Super Series for the Big Fish Motorsports 125 here from Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. I'm Zach Wetstein. I'm here with Jeff Paisley. How you doing, Paisley?
I am doing just great tonight. Got some good racing on board.
Yeah, we got some fun racing here in the Thunderstruck Super Series here on this half-mile track. There you see your race information. Track temp 74 degrees, 71 degrees, air temp. Nice breezy night here at Nashville Fairgrounds. We are currently qualifying, so we'll head over to that. See if anybody isn't on the back end of their qualifying lap. Here we got Keith Thurst in the 94. Currently on his second lap. Or no, looks like he's done. He's qualified 7th so far. See if we can't catch anybody else. Bryton Danner here in the 227. Putting down his first lap. So far, your pole spot is Shannon Wilder, 17,808. Bryton Danner about to put down his first lap, as long as he didn't make contact there. Looks like he made
contact on the back stretch.
Oh, he did? Okay. I was looking over at our leaderboard. So, unlucky for Brighton. Not going to be able to put a qualifying lap down. Chad Bassett going to put a Ooh, gets loose there in the back stretch.
Yeah, this track will come out and bite you real quick.
Yeah, I can get very loose on exit. Chad Bassett with 11th so far in qualifying. See if Chad's able to gain any positions here on this second lap. Looks like he's going to move up to the 10th position. So, nice second lap for him. We're going to go on board here with Eric Lake real quick, just to see the challenge of this track. Jeff, you mentioned that it can bite you, so have you run this track before?
Yeah, I've run it in some different divisions, not in this particular car, but I know you can really have some trouble coming out of the corners.
Yeah, you see him having to feather that thing out of the turn just to not get into the wall. Eric Lake finishes his second lap. It looks like currently in the second position.
Yeah, Tyler Johnson just jumped up to the top.
Tanner Marr now to the top. Just moved over to Tanner. It shows him in that first spot. So,
yeah, he had a great lap.
17.74. Just barely ahead of Tyler Johnson. And it looks like Jason Warren now out on track.
This will be the guy to watch on that speed.
And looks like he's pulling down. He qualified 3rd.
He must have got loose going into the corner and called it.
Yeah, he got that 3rd position, so even though he messed up the second lot, maybe he at least is able to secure that 3rd position, start on the inside of the second row. And nobody else qualifying right now, so we'll go ahead and look at the remaining schedule for this Thunderstruck Super Series. We're coming close to coming to an end here in this series. Nashville tonight, and then in 2 weeks, maybe 3 actually. Yeah, 3 weeks, we'll be at Dover International Speedway. 75 laps to crown a champion there at that mile track. So only 2 races left, including this one, Jeff. So this season really gone by fast.
Yeah, it did. I know I got into that one race at Charlotte. The season was already half over by that point. So they just really steamed real quick. I didn't even realize that it was started, and they were already towards the end.
Yeah, an 8-week season wrapping up again, like I said, on the 7th of January. So looking forward to that. But looking forward, first of all, to the task on hand tonight here at Nashville Fairgrounds. As this is a track that NASCAR might be able to visit in the future in a couple of years, 2 or 3 years. So kind of a good trial here on iRacing.
Yeah, it definitely is. I bet that if they do go there, all the big guys will be out there practicing on iRacing.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and pull up your grid for tonight's race. And, well, we'll see if we can get it back to the pole position. There we go. Tanner Marr in the pole position with the 17.740. Tyler Johnson second. Jason Warren third. Eric Lake fourth. Shannon Wilder rounding out your top 5. Brandon Mettler sixth. Joshua Sexton seventh. Brian Krolacki eighth. Michael Swink ninth. Scotty Stevens rounding out the top 10. Sam Wetstein qualifying 11th. Mickey Isaac 12th. 13th, Aaron Ward. Chud Bassett 14th. Josh Oswald qualifying 15th. Keith Thurst 16th. Lance Sponberg 17th. Keith Lichtenwalner 18th. David Hall 19th. Qualifying 20th, Brighton Danner. And rounding out the field is Chris Malcolm and Andrew Saucier. I believe that's rounding out the field. Yeah, that is. And just in time, these guys are getting rolling. And getting ready to get through 125 laps tonight here around this half-mile track. Very tough track to get around, especially when you have 20-plus cars on track. So going to be interesting to see how well these guys are able to handle their business tonight and hopefully limit the cautions.
Eric Lake sure had a good run last week where he had gone up and made the most moves to get up towards the front. Had some bad luck towards the end, but I think he can give Jason a little bit of a run for the money tonight.
Yeah, tonight definitely not out of the extraordinary for these guys. Running a lot of short tracks on this schedule, only one track over a mile. So, building these setups, obviously these tracks are different than, one another, but building the setups eventually just kind of blend in with each other with all these tracks being half mile or less. And the pace car is getting ready to pull off. Tanner Marr, the control car. The green flag is out here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Tyler Johnson on the outside, hanging tough, but it's going to be extremely hard for him to make that outside line work to pass the leader.
Should get a good run off that high line.
Oh, Tyler Johnson spinning here early. Caution's out, and there's a lot of cars involved.
Big wreck. Yeah,
and that's
big wreck.
basically the entire field.
You make the call here.
Oh, man.
I have to go back for this one.
Boy, when that starts up front, man, that's a big mess on these short tracks.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and rewind here and see exactly what happened to Tyler to create all that. All right. Oh, just gets loose and nowhere to go for Eric, and then, just comes back up on track and all that carnage. Oh,
wow,
look at his car.
Oh, wow, man. That's just crazy.
He's driving that thing sideways to go straight, if that makes any sense at all.
This is like a Talladega big one.
Yeah, no kidding. With it being such a, a compact track, when there's a wreck like that, it happens in the middle. Just nowhere to go for a lot of these guys in the back. It doesn't matter how much you slow down. There's only so much real estate, and obviously that wreck kind of blocked the entire track.
Yeah, Jason Warren got by on the high side, but Eric Lake was not quite so lucky. He did get into the back of him a little bit and spent him around a little bit more.
Yeah, that left front of Eric, I would say, will be just fine. As you take a look, it is crinkled up, but, it's a half-mile track. And, well, if your car doesn't look like that at the end, some people say you weren't aggressive enough. So, Eric already a little banged up, but he should be fine to go here on this next restart.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about the short tracks is that it's not so aero-dependent.
Yep, and we are lined back up with Jason Warren on the outside now of Tanner Marr for this first restart of this race. Lap 5 of 125 so far. Obviously, 3 or 4 of them under caution. As the base car pulls off once again, Tanner Marr, once again the control car in that nice Christmas scheme. And he is off green flag, racing a great restart from Tanner. Going to be in turn 1 without really a challenge for the lead. Oh, and it sounds like we have wrecking in the back. Aaron Ward, it looks like. And yellow is out once again here at Nashville. Aaron Ward, it looks like. He was falling through the field, so it looks like maybe he was the beginning of that.
Yeah, I'm not. It happened behind where I was looking. I'm not sure how it happened.
We're going to take a look here at Aaron Ward. Goes into the, and gets, it sounds like there was carnage behind him too, but he gets loose, and yeah, I think the carnage that happened wasn't because of him.
Yeah, I'm not sure that would have brought out a caution in and of itself, that.
Keith Lichtenwalner has damage, so we're going to go see if maybe he was a part of that wreck. Because while Aaron Ward did spin out, that caution definitely wasn't on him. Oh, there it is. Looks like the 227 of Brighton Danner. Check out what happened to him. He's the, looks like begun with him. Enters into the turn. Oh, a bump from Tyler Johnson, spinning him around. And, nowhere to go for the 22 of Andrew Saucier. So, unfortunate for the 22. Looks like Napa Machine. And bringing out our second caution of the race. See what's going down on pit road right now.
And once you get sideways on this track, it's really hard to recover the car.
Currently 5 cars on pit road right now. Scotty Stevens, Mickey Isaac, David Hall, Andrew Saucier, and Keith Lichtenwalner. Sorry, Andrew, if I'm butchering your last name. I'll make sure to get to you after the broadcast. See the front end of that blue Napa Machine. Looks still pretty banged up, so he didn't use his fast repair, but probably doesn't need it. As we've mentioned already tonight, not an aero-dependent track, so no need to waste a fast repair if it's not motor problems.
Yeah, it is probably a good idea not to use it if you don't have any engine damage this early. Because it's looking like this is going to be a beat and bang up kind of race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, once one person spins around on this track, it was the last caution as well. There's just nowhere to go once one car spins around and kind of just eats up the majority of the track.
Yeah, at least this one was farther back in the pack, so it didn't collect some of the guys up front. Not that that helps anybody in the back.
Right. As we're lined up, once again, we're going to see if maybe we can get a couple laps under our belt. And honestly, Jeff, I wouldn't be surprised if, we keep getting wrecks here early in these restarts. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some single-file restarts soon.
Yeah, I mean, 2 cautions already within 11 laps. It's going to be a beat and bang up race, like I said.
Yep, Tanner Marr, another great restart. He has had no issues firing off early. Jason Warren behind him outside of Eric Lake, side by side for the second position. And we're going to see if Jason Warren's able to make that outside work. It's going to be hard to do, and caution's out once again. It looks like Andrew Saucier once again, and the 227 of Brighton Danner, the last caution. And once again, another one. Third caution so far tonight. And we're going to go investigate what happened here. Ooh, gets up into the 66 and then just rear-ended and nowhere to go for whoever was behind him. I can't tell. I think that's the 16 of Mickey Isaac. Just nowhere to go behind him and spins him around. Definitely not on Mickey for sure. But bringing out our third caution of the night.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he pushed up a little bit and was trying to get off the other guy and kind of slid down a bit to the inside and then got smacked in the back.
As you see, pulling out of pit road there, it looks like Scotty Stevens in the 2 machine. Right behind him, looks like maybe Sam Wetstein? No, Mickey Isaac. Shows Sam Wetstein in the pits. That might be him right there. Yep, there he is in the 24 machine. Pulling out just before the pace car gets around to him. So, early trouble for a lot of these cars, you know. Just nowhere to go back there when a wreck happens in front of them. And just unfortunate for these guys caught up in these wrecks. Not caused by them.
Yeah, that happens a lot on the super speedways as well. But short tracks, there's just nowhere to go. It's more likely that you're going to get caught up when you're towards the back. Or in midfield as well. Because there's just so many cars around.
Tanamar still your leader. 3 restarts and 3 times he's been able to get really good jumps on the restarts and is able to pull away from second place. And really, there's nowhere for him to get caught up in this carnage. We haven't gotten, he hasn't gotten close to lap cars yet, and he's pulled away from that second position. So no chance for an accidental bump there.
Listening to some of the radio chatter.
And yeah, we have, looks like single file restarts now, so we kind of guessed that would happen, and well, that's what we're getting here.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea at this point, I think.
And green flag is out. Once again, another great restart for your leader, Tanner Marr. Second place, Jason Warren, Eric Lake, Joshua Sexton, and Shannon Wilder, your top 5. Eric Lake looking to the back bumper of Jason Warren here early. And just nowhere to go for that 11 machine right now. And Jason Warren, a little bit of contact with the wall, but he's able to keep it straight. That 11 machine might be a little bit faster
on the backstretch
right now, and yeah, we do. And it looks like the leaders, they're on the front stretch right now, so they're not coming up on it. Let's see who this is on. Ooh, looks like we have somebody spun around to the backstretch. Keith Lichtenwalner in that 68 machine. A lot of damage to the front end of that car.
Yeah, it looks like the 14 of Chris Malcolm was involved.
Ooh, looks like something was happening in front of him. We're going to go to the chop review here real quick so we can see if we can see ahead of him. Now, it's going to be a little tough. Wrecking in front of him, and oh, the 14, like you mentioned, in the middle of the track and nowhere to go for all 3 of those cars. The 22 on his lid. I think that's Andrew Saucier once again. Unfortunate night for that 22 machine. He's just been caught up in about every wreck there's been.
Yeah, I think we've all had that kind of night at some point.
This car's going to go at least another lap down here. And it looks like Sam Wetstein once again caught up in that. I'm not sure if this is just from previous wrecks or not, but I mean, he's another person that might be just, you know, nowhere to go and caught up in a wreck that he's unfortunately not, you know, caused.
Yeah, he might have had damage from earlier that he still had to get fixed, because I know sometimes there can be a couple minutes worth of fixing, and on these short tracks you can't stay in there for long.
Yeah, these pace laps go by very quickly on these short tracks. As Tanner Marr continues to be your leader, and these single file restarts are only going to help him in terms of, you know, you don't have somebody next to you going into the turn to start off, so it makes it a lot easier to maintain that position.
There's a lot of beat up cars already for it being so early in the race.
Yeah, that's kind of something you can expect from Nashville, is with how compact it is, there can be a good amount of wrecking, and you just hope that it doesn't happen, but when it does, you're maybe not surprised, just because of how tough of a track it is, and with 20 plus people, it makes it even that more challenging. And it looks like these guys are lining up again to do our, I believe, 4th or 5th restart of the night. The lights are off on the pace car. And that Ford machine once again leading the pack to the green flag. And Tanner is off. Green flag racing. And, I mean, just another great restart from Tanner, and Jason Warren in that second position. A little bit better of a restart this time.
Yeah, these guys up front don't seem to have any problems getting around this track. I think if you give them about 15, 20 laps, they'll be on the back end of this field.
Yeah, let's see if Jason Warren not really had any time to try to pass Tanner early in this race. And, well, maybe if he gets the time now, we'll see if he's able to get by him. It's one thing to catch somebody on this track. It's another thing to pass him. So we'll see if Warren's able to pull it off. Ooh.
Tanner looks like he's a good guy to watch for learning how to do this track. He's running that sweet line right there. Not too low to where he's on the flat, but not too high to where it's slowing him down.
Yeah, and he's starting to pull away a little bit from Jason here, so definitely looks like he has one of the cars to beat here tonight. See if we can't move a little bit further back, find some battling going on back here. It looks like the 15 car of Brandon Metler on the back end of Shannon Wilder for that 5th position. But once again, it's just really hard to do anything once you get to the back bumper, and you know, unless you're bumping them, because it's kind of a one-groove racetrack, and well, when it's a one-groove racetrack, it's not impossible to pass, but it makes it really difficult.
Yeah, you almost have to give them a boot, unless they move over like the 30 just did.
Yeah, speaking of someone on the back bumper, Joshua Sexton up here trying to work on the 11 of Eric Lake, and that car almost, I thought, was going to maybe make this battle a little bit more interesting, but he's able to get out of the way, and Joshua's going to be able to recoup and try to get back to the back bumper of the 11. As long as you run a consistent line tonight, it looks like you're going to be able to hold off a position for a long time, regardless of the speed. And we're going to go ahead.
A lot of guys might just be riding right now, too.
Yeah, we're going to go on board this next lap with Tanner Marr for a couple laps just to see you know, if these tires are starting to grow a little bit older, what he's having to do in terms of working that wheel and running that sweet line like you mentioned. Also, see him working through traffic on board as well. Look how bumpy that track is.
Yeah, and that'll throw the car off a bit too.
I was a little nervous he'd, you know, accidentally wash up into that lap car, but he was able to keep it down on that line. As look at the left rear suspension here, Jason Warren getting pretty close.
Yeah, Warren staying right on him. He got through that traffic just right with him.
Trying to use lap traffic to, you know, find an advantage to get past him. He might be looking to the outside here.
That outside can work with it being higher banked in those corners.
Yeah, maybe help that car turn just a little bit more than that inside, but you don't really see anybody running that inside. Oh, wrecking right in front of him, the 99 to the 24.
Ooh, there was just enough space that they were able to back off in time.
Aaron Ward and Sam Wetstein, it looks like. Oh, just a little bit of contact from Sam into the back bumper there, and checks up and nowhere to go for Aaron. Well, we were able to get a nice little green flag run before that caution came out. See if that attracts anybody to pit road. Nobody yet.
It's really easy when you get up on behind a slower person to mess yourself up.
Yeah, it looked like Sam maybe got to the back bumper, bumped him a little bit by accident, and when he did that, he tried to, you know, hit the brakes to get off of him, and looked like that sent his car turning to the left and then nowhere to go for Aaron Ward. And so, a nice little run there for these guys. They finally, you know, are able to see kind of what these cars will handle like when you get some laps on those tires. But just as they were getting rolling and they were getting comfortable, another caution and another restart.
I wonder what the pit window is, or can they make the whole race on one load of fuel?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I was working on these graphics and stuff and kind of lapsed in asking these guys what they can make on fuel.
Because I was thinking they could probably make it now, and I was kind of surprised they didn't come in and pit.
Maybe with all these cautions, maybe they don't think they'll have to pit at all.
Well, yeah, I would say probably we've done 15 laps under caution, huh?
Maybe even, I mean, that's at least a good minimum, but I think we've done a little bit more than that. Maybe you're right. Maybe we've done about 15 under caution.
I was just given the benefit of the doubt.
See a little right front damage to Jason Warren there, but obviously not affecting that car. I think that was when we saw him touch the wall when holding off Eric there in the 11.
That top three has been the same top three forever. Sexton's up into fourth now. He started in seventh. He seems to be about the biggest mover that I'm seeing up there at the front.
Yeah, I think Chris Malcolm in the 14th position. He's moved up 7 spots from the 21st position on the initial start of the race. He's up to 14th. Josh Oswald up to the 11th position. He started 15th.
But that's not too bad for the 14 because he was involved in none of those earlier wrecks, if I recall.
Yeah, absolutely. And And Tanner Marr back on the gas, up through the shifts, green flag, racing. Single file restart's really going to help the leader out. He's able to get a really good jump and not have any drama, and caution is out. Oh, Josh Oswald, not a good look, doesn't look like he's in a very good situation right now.
Yeah, that's ugly. I had heard something on the chatter about being upside down right on the restart.
Oh boy, it looks like he was upside down for a long time. Let's check this out. Oh, just ran through. Wow. 16 kind of just ran through him like he wasn't there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Mickey Isaac was ready to go.
And again, Sam Wetstein just nowhere to go there, hits him, and, well, almost flipped him back on his tires, but unfortunately for him, that's not going to happen.
Sam has had a lot of bad luck this race.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see a couple cars down pit road there. And you see those cars coming out of pit road. You see Sam there coming onto pit road.
I'm sure he's got some things to fix if he's out of the new car factory.
Yeah, a lot of damage when he hit Josh Oswald there that last time around. And looks like he's going to go at least a lap down here, fixing that damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's already 5 laps down, so that's
Oh, yeah.
him fix.
As looks like maybe we have two to green here. Lights still on the pace car. Once again, your schedule for this series real quick. One race left after tonight, January 7th, 2021. 75 laps at Dover International Speedway to end the season for the Thunderstruck Super Series. 8 weeks, and, well, we're through week 7 after tonight, so gone by pretty fast, and we'll see if maybe the next season is a little bit longer than 8 weeks. Just the first season, getting the kinks worked out and all that. So I think 8 seasons was probably the right call, or 8 weeks was probably the right call, just to, not have too long of a schedule and see what maybe needs fixed for season 2.
Yeah, I think that's always the best, is to put enough races that it's a good chase for a championship, but at the same time keeping it short enough to where you learn what you want, so then your second season can be the big breakout.
Yep, base car is off, and once again, Tanner Marr, green flag is out, and probably the best restart he's had all night. Already up to 3 or 4 car lengths over the 32 Jason Warren.
We've got 13 cars on the lead lap now, which it's going down real quick. So we'll see if these guys towards the 12th, 13th spot can stay on that lead lap.
Looks like Tyler Johnson fighting back from an early wreck on the inside there for the 6th position. And he's going to be able to make the pass on Brandon Mettler. Brandon Mettler also on attack from the 911 of Brian Kulaki. And also Scotty Stevens there in that 2 machine.
Yeah, there's some hard racing going on a little farther back than the leaders.
As the 15 is able to get clear of Brian Krolaki, so nice job fighting back there. Now Kralaki has to worry about Scotty Stevens there on the outside. And, well, it looks like the 911 was going to be able to make a pass, and instead he loses a position there. So that kind of explains this track. If you get a little too aggressive and you're not able to take that position, you might just lose one.
That's for sure. That's one of the things that I always find interesting on the short tracks is if you miss that chance to pass, you're going to lose some.
3 cars.
You might get really loose.
Yeah. 3 or 4, maybe even 5 cars getting pretty close to nose to tail here for the top 5. Shannon Wilder in that 5th position. But right now, Warren getting close to the back bumper of Tanner, and Tanner behind a lap car, going to have to get through that traffic. Lance Sponberg there on the outside gets out of the way. Nice job by him. And, well, it looks like these front 5 are, 1, running away from the rest of the field, and 2, kind of keeping every, one of the other drivers honest. Because if you slip up once, there's plenty of drivers there. And caution is out, spinning right in front of them.
Well, that looked like that was a big one right in front of him.
Yeah, I'm trying to find who that was.
Was it the 227?
I thought it was, because it was a green car.
Yeah, it was the green car.
But he's in pit road right now, so let's see if he got a tow. Yeah. Kind of on his own here, and just looks like he makes contact with the wall, and well, that began the beginning of the end for him. Is, well, he's able to keep it. Oh, and then one little tap to the wall flips it. iRacing physics, am I right?
Yeah, no doubt. Didn't shoot him to the moon. That's a good thing.
Yeah, moon launches off of iRacing.
That's usually for the big tracks, though.
Yeah. And we're getting a lucky dog there, it looks like.
You think we'll start seeing some pit stops now?
I think if we would have seen them, we would have already seen them by now.
Yeah, because we're getting right towards halfway. So I was wondering, I wonder how far they're going to stretch it. Although I got to say, with so many cautions, they're probably not tearing the tires that terribly. It's just a matter of fuel. But
Yeah.
they're saving fuel, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think right now fuel's probably not a problem. At these short tracks, if it's 100% fuel, it can hold a good amount of laps worth of fuel. So it looks like Tanner might be saving here, though, because he's pretty far back from the pace car. Coming to 60 laps in, almost halfway.
Better get a good jump, too, though, when you got that pace car a little bit farther out.
See if the lights go off on that pace car. They do not.
So we've had a lucky dog. It looks like we've got 14 on the lead lap now.
Yeah, Aaron Ward, we mentioned, got that lucky dog, and, well, right now it's showing him the 13th position. But, yeah, 14 on the lead lap. Chud Bassett the next, a lap down. Not sure if he's multiple laps down or not. He is, nope, he's 1 lap down, so the next caution that might happen, Chud Bassett would benefit from that as long as he's not the wreck that happens.
Yeah, I bet he's hoping that this continues with the yellow flags as long as he can hold them from getting another lap down.
Yeah, get his lap back, be on the lead lap, and fight for these 14 spots that are on the lead lap right now. And lights are off on the pace car once again. I'm really digging that Tanner's paint scheme, though, I gotta say.
Yeah, the Christmas. That's nice. It's very form-fitting with it being December right now.
Yep, the last weekend of racing for the Thunderstruck Super Series and Rebels Racing League until the new year, I believe.
Yeah, we got a big throwback weekend with the Rebels.
Yep. And green flag is out. Jason Warren holding on to that second position, but not by much. Eric Lake right behind him, just not able to do anything with it. With these single file restarts, it makes it really hard to pass anybody on these restarts. And Warren kind of pulling away from third place now. Eric Lake now having to worry about Joshua Sexton right behind him. And one person I want to look at is Tyler Johnson back here. He was in the top 3 earlier, right in front of Jason Warren, I believe, before he wrecked and went to the back of the field. And, well, he's worked his way back up to the 6th position, and we'll see if he's able to make up a couple positions here on this run.
Yeah, I think the cautions have actually helped him out a little bit. He gets by a car or two, caution comes out, gets by another couple of cars on the green flag, and now he's right back up there in 6th spot.
Yeah, Joshua Sexton. I was going to go to Joshua because he's right in the back bumper of Eric, but Tyler Johnson right in the back bumper of Shannon Wilder right now. Saw some sparks. I didn't know if anybody was in the wall up there, but I saw some sparks, but nobody wrecking right now. And looks like we might have a fight going on for the lead. I thought that Warren was on the back bumper of Tanner, but turns out he is not. Looks like maybe he is into the turn, but on the exit, Tanner definitely beats him out.
Wonder how much Jason Warren is holding off just to follow for now.
He definitely looks like he's fast enough to try to take that lead spot away, but like you mentioned, maybe just taking it easy. Can't win the race right now.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, we've seen Tanner pull away a little bit, and then Jason just pulls right back up on him.
Yeah, if we're able to get into this longer run, we'll see how consistent they're able to stay with that. As, we're side by side for the 3rd position. Joshua Sexton on the inside of Eric Lake.
They're pushing it there.
And a nice pass. Nice pass there from Joshua to get into the top 3. And now Eric having to hold off Shannon Wilder there in the 5th position. And we are just stacked up between 3rd position and it looks like 7th right now. Sorry, the 4th position and 7th or 8th. As you see Scotty Stevens back there in the 8th position. Shannon Wilder trying to do what Joshua Sexton was able to do a couple of laps ago.
I've always loved those Coors Light paint jobs.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Shannon checked up a good amount, and I thought Tyler Johnson might accidentally get into the back bumper of him, but they're able to keep it going. And
they're pushing.
Man, this is making me nervous just watching right now. I couldn't imagine being in the car right now. As he's looking to the back bumper of Eric once again.
Those guys are all just right on top of each other. One mistake and the guy's going to pounce on him right from behind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lap car getting out of the way there.
Yeah, 4th to 8th right now, just absolutely stacked up. And looking to the inside, Shannon Wilder, I thought he was going to be able to peek to the inside of the 11 into the turn, but not able to do so just yet.
That move almost cost Shannon because Tyler was right there looking to go on the outside of him, but he didn't quite get there.
Yeah, Johnson stalking that 5th position right now. Oh, you see those bumps really affected Wilder's car out of the turn there. Peeking to the outside. The 10 of Shannon Wilder to the outside here in Nashville. I didn't think I'd see it.
Oh, he dove it in there. He's going to try to get him on the outside.
There's a lap car right in front of him, though.
He's going to get that run.
There's a lap car right in front of these two. Oh, and the lap car's able to move up. Nice move there by the 22, and
into the wall.
Shannon able to make the pass, touches the wall, but able to successfully make the pass for the 4th position, and now Tyler Johnson setting his eyes on the 11 car.
Yeah, he may have meant to do that. That just helped him straighten the car out a little bit.
Shannon now going to go look to try to catch up to Sexton. See what's going on with the leaders right now. The top 3, Sexton has caught these guys, and he's caught them quick. top three nose to tail right now.
Looks like Chris Malcolm's going back down a lot.
Unfortunate for him, you know, all these quick cautions we've had tonight, and you know he's sitting in that car going, where's the quick caution now? And Sexton looks like he might be becoming the fastest car on track. He was second fastest to our leader, it looks like, Tanner Marr, and barely slower than him. These top four cars are all within a tenth of each other, so looks like even
good tight race. The top three are right there.
Oh, caution's out. Really unfortunate for Malcolm there. Caution comes out right after he goes 2 laps down.
Well, it's still showing him 1 lap down. That would
Oh,
put
it
him
is?
as lucky dog, yeah.
I'm trying to see who that caution was on. Ooh, Keith Durst is pretty beat up here. We'll see if that was, if he was a part of it. No, it doesn't look like he is. See if you can find maybe where the caution happened.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody having a problem. Look at Eric Lake, maybe.
Eric Lake, I think he's going into pit road right now. We'll go back live.
Because somebody said sorry to him.
Oh, Eric Lake does have a lot of damage. You're right. We'll go back and see if he has a lot of damage on his car. So it looks like maybe he was a part of it. Oh, yeah. Oh, it looks like maybe Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, Tyler must have dove it down in, and Eric let. Oh, he got. Oh,
right in the left rear. Actually straightened it back out. I'm surprised
Yeah.
the caution came out for that.
yeah, me too. There were so many cars around him that somebody may have been watching that and saw that. That could have very well have been a big one again.
And it looks like our leader, Tanner Marr, went to pit road. Let's, real quick, pull up the stint length. And looking for Tanner here. Tanner Marr, no, I don't. It shows him as, oh wait, yeah, I think he pit on lap 82.
Yeah, it looks like he did.
Yep, so he went
Warren
to pit
stayed
road.
out.
Krolaki pit 27 laps ago, so he stayed out, and Aaron Ward staying out pit 78 laps ago. So Jason Warren, your new race leader, the first person that's led this race other than Tanner Marr, due to a pit stop from the 4 car, now in the 5th position, it looks like.
Now we'll get to see what Tanner really has.
Yeah, going to be fun to see him with the fresh tires, see if he can get through the field, see if those tires really make a difference at a track like this.
Although it looks like Sexton got out in front of him from the pit stops.
Yeah, Joshua Sexton in the 4th position right now. So he was able to have a better pit stop. And the pace car is off. Jason is off. We are green flag racing. And, oh, wrecking in the back. Aaron Ward.
Ooh.
Tanner Marr,
Oh.
Joshua Sexton in that. No caution. And they keep rolling. That's unfortunate. And caution's out. Now we'll go take a look at what happened between the three vehicles there. Looks like Aaron got loose. We'll see if that's what happened. Ooh. A little bump from Sexton and huge damage to all 3 cars there. Tanner Marr, not as much damage as the other 2, but he caught up. He gets caught up in that, and a good amount of front damage to that vehicle.
With that being a straight up nose hit, I wonder if he's got any engine damage from that.
Yeah, that's a good question. He looks like he didn't go to pit road, so maybe he doesn't think so. Maybe those revs are high enough that he doesn't think he has any engine damage.
And sometimes, even if you have a little bit of engine damage, that can actually help you on the short tracks because you're not pulling as much gear. You can just fly through the corners a little better. At least that's what I found.
And after that, TNMR moves up from the 5th position to the 3rd position. And we are about to be 90 laps through here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. That leaves us with 35 laps to go. Even with the cautions, this race has gone by fairly quick. Not really surprising, a half-mile track with 18-second lap times, 40-second lap times when they're pacing. So, I mean, 40 seconds is what you do at Daytona when you're actually qualifying. So, I mean, that kind of shows you the difference between a 2.5-mile track and a half-mile track.
Yeah, it can definitely be different. But with the throttle control, everything when it comes to those different kinds of track. Jason's probably the big winner because he stayed out. As long as he's got enough gas, I don't know that there's going to be much of anything that anyone can do.
Yeah, we'll see if those tires on Tanner Marr in that 3rd position. This is where Tanner Marr really wishes there was double file restarts right now, because he'd be right on the back bumper of Warren, but because it's single file racing, he's going to be on the back bumper of 2nd place Brian Korlacki, who stayed out on that last caution. We know that 32 machine is fast when it counts, and we've seen him win multiple races this season. And with 30 laps to go, he's looking to do it once again.
Yeah, I bet he'll make that car pretty wide too, because it's tight racing on here. I mean, he's not going to be easy to pass.
Yeah, definitely not. Looks like maybe his paint scheme. I'm thinking maybe it's a family-owned business, because said Warren's, obviously 09 Race Shop, he shouts them out every week. I'll try to get I can't really, I don't think, get a side view of that car, but I think I saw Warren's Body Shop or something, or Warren's Utility on the side, so maybe a family-owned business on that car this weekend, or Thursday night anyways. And speaking of Warren, out in the lead, Green Flag Racing, Brian Korlacki holding on to that 2nd position, and Tanner Marr in that 3rd spot. Even on those fresh tires, just not able to make up anything just yet. We're only a few laps into this restart.
Sexton's going to have to come all the way back up from 11th where he's at now. He's getting by the 30 back there and back.
Yeah, you see him moving into the 10th position. It's going to be tough with 30 laps to go. Or 20 laps to go. Or, sorry, math isn't my strong suit. 30 laps to go.
30 laps.
I was thinking 115, but it's 125. As it looks like Tanner Marr got past Brian Korlacki, and those fresh tires look like they're eating up the 32 machine right now.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to sit back there too long.
Look at his corner speed right now. And he is able to get by, it looks like. Nope, they are still side by side.
Side by side. Jason's holding it on that high line, but I wonder how long he can do that. He's getting the run off, but I think this will be about it right here.
Yep, Tanner dives into the turn. New leader once again here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Once again, Tanner Marr out on the lead spot, and with those fresh tires, he might just run away with it.
Yeah, I think it's too late for Warren to get new tires now too, because he'll have to come back through everybody.
I was gonna run TV mix, but I'm tired of getting these in-car views every other time. As caution's out. See if we can't find who that's on.
I'm not seeing anybody slow. And you can't go by a beat up car because everybody's kind of beat up.
Yeah, a lot of people front end, back end, side end damage tonight, which is pretty expected here at a half-mile track. Tyler Johnson in that third position. We'll see when he pit last. He pit 18 laps ago with Tanner Marr, so he's going to have fresher tires than Warren, and he has the same tires as Tanner Marr, so we'll see if he's able to do anything with them. Going to be under 25 laps to go when we get back to racing. Let's see if we get lights off in the pace car. And we're going to see Jason Warren go down pit road.
Yeah, he's coming down pit road, and he's going to have a lot to overcome, though, because there are 14 cars on the lead lap now. So he's going to have a lot to overcome. Only one car followed him in.
Yeah, one car, and that was David Hall. I believe he is a lap down, so that doesn't really help him at all. See how well those four tires are able to do with around 20 laps to go, or a little bit above 20 laps to go when we go green flag racing once again.
Tyler Johnson's moved himself into second now, so that ought to be interesting to see what he can do. He's been fast all night after coming back through the whole field.
Yeah, him and Tanner Marr, same tires right now, so we're really just going to see who's faster at this point. Tanner Marr's really showing off tonight with leading what's going to be the most laps of the night out of anybody, but you know, who's to say that Tyler Johnson doesn't have a car that can pass that 4 car up, so we're going to see on this next restart.
It'll be interesting to see as it starts getting down there if Johnson can keep up with him, and if he can, will he use his bumper?
I wouldn't be entirely surprised, but it is kind of hard to use the bumper with how much they arc these turns. You know, if you put the back bumper to them when they're high, that can spin them out low. So yeah, you got to be very cautious when if you're going to put the back bumper to somebody, if you're planning to.
Yeah, because you're definitely spinning. You can't get him out of the corner or hardly in the corner without spinning him. So the only way I'm thinking is that you kind of push him into the corner, make him go up high, and you can dive down low.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. We're going to see which way Tyler Johnson is going to use if he's able to get to the back bumper of Tanner Marr. 21 laps to go this time by. Tanner Marr is off, and a great restart by both him and Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, Tyler was able to stay with him a little better than I was thinking he might be able to, because Tanner's just been getting a ton of space between the cars on the restart. Tyler was just waiting for it.
He's definitely not going away right now. He's not technically catching the back bumper of that 4 car, but he is staying right with him. And speaking of getting to the back bumper, he is getting really close right now.
He's trying to think about that inside.
Look at that 5 machine dig out of the turn. He's able to arc the turn and use the low line to get a really good run off. Not that time, but we might see it here.
Jason Warren must have got held up because he's in 12th and he's not looking like a threat to much of anybody right at the moment.
Yeah, him behind, it's Jason Warren behind the 99 of Aaron Ward for that 11th position, just passing him on the inside.
He's got some real work to do. He's going to need a caution or two.
Yeah, without him being in it, of course.
His car's straight, so he stayed out of trouble so far.
Tanner Marr doing a really nice job at holding on to the lead. It looks like maybe Tyler Johnson has a little bit more speed, but just nowhere to go with it right now. And practically their times are dead even. Actually, that last lap, they both ran an 18.27, so these cars are extremely close in times, and I believe, if I'm not wrong, they are teammates, so they're probably running the same setup right now, and that could explain why they're so close in time.
Setups are not my specialty. my son helps me. Oh, I heard somebody like they crashed, but I don't know where it was.
Yeah, Tanner Marr, Tyler Johnson, both teammates. Oh, wrecking. I heard a lot of wrecking. I heard big carnage to the wall, and I imagine the stream did too, but no caution just yet. And, well, I mentioned maybe they were teammates, and I just looked, and, yeah, Tanner Marr, Tyler Johnson are teammates. So identical setups most likely, and, well, identical laps being run by them right now.
Well, maybe they'll get some feuding going on in the inner team stuff if they start bumping on each other.
Tyler Johnson gets such a good run off, but just nowhere to go with it, as he's not able to get side by side with Tanner going into the next turn. If he can just get a good enough run off of the turn to where he can get to his rear quarter panel, that's when he'll really make it work. Just not able to been able to do it yet.
Yeah, it's going to limit him when they get to next to these lap cars too, because there's not as much room. So he's got to wait until they're out of the way.
Scotty Stevens there in the third position, and I believe the top three right now are all teammates. So I believe it's Five Kings Motorsports. Their setup's really showing out tonight.
I need to make friends with them.
10 laps to go, 9 laps now here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. A nice battle for the lead coming to the closing laps between two teammates. Tyler Johnson gets really loose off the turn. He's able to keep that thing straight and take another shot at getting to the back bumper of Tanner Marr in the 4 car, but the laps are dwindling down right now, and it looks like maybe Tyler got tight out of turn 4 because he's a little ways back now.
And just got by Sexton for 7th place.
Yeah, he's just asking for a caution right now. With 18 seconds per lap, these laps are going to tick by really fast with 7 to go. And Tyler Johnson recovering from getting tight out of turn 4 a couple laps ago, and well, here he is once again on the back bumper of Tanner Marr.
Yeah, Warren's thinking that, you know, why are you now deciding to race straight?
Oh, this might be it. Tyler Johnson, a run off the turn, just not able to get to the inside. I thought he was going to be able to, but just not successfully able to just yet.
Yeah, that lap car limited what he could do, too.
5 laps to go for the Big Fish Motorsports 125. We've had a decent amount of cautions tonight, but you know, what better to ask for than to get a green flag run to end the race, and so far we've had it. 4 laps to go. Tyler Johnson just trying to get as straight of an exit as he can to get down to the inside of the 4 car, just not able to make it happen yet. And well, Tanner's just shown how hard it is to pass here.
Yeah, there's so many lapped cars now. I don't know what he's going to be able to pull off now, but he's getting a run right here, I think. He went in
Tyler Johnson to the outside, trying to use a lap car as a pick, but Tanner Marr's going to move high, right in front of the 5 car. 2 laps to go, a little bit of contact between the two, and they're able to keep it straight. Tanner Marr, a little bit of contact to the front bumper of Tyler Johnson, moving up to avoid that lap car. White flag is out.
Oh,
Another lap car in front of him.
somebody got into that inside wall on the front stretch, but it
Tyler
don't matter
Johnson
now.
digging on the outside. He's going to hit the
Oh,
wall. And that's going to help Tanner going into turn 3 and 4 for the last time.
Tanner Marr's going to take it.
Tanner Marr is your winner of the Big Fish Motorsports 125 here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
Tyler was really giving him a run there. I thought he was going to be way off after hitting the wall like that, but he was right there at the end.
Shannon Wilder is able to take the 3rd position away from Scotty Stevens there late.
Warren got back up to 6th. Something happened to Sexton. He ended up being a lap down. He must have got involved in something.
Yeah, he had that. Remember when Tanner Marr got that front end damage due to that wreck with, I think it was Tyler Johnson as well. He got a lot of damage from that.
Yeah, that was quite the race. Tanner just had him covered from start to finish, really.
Yeah, led a lot of laps early on and led it all the way until lap, I believe, 88 or so when he went to pit road and he made the new tires work. And Jason Warren had to pit after falling to 2nd, and, well, he was only able to get back up to the 6th position. I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, 6th position.
Jason's probably just thinking, what could have been?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he would have been able to hold on to there at the end of the race on older tires. So I don't blame him for getting new tires. It's just it might have been too late of a move.
Yeah, I think he would have needed to come in at the same time that Tanner did, because then he was just going to be in the back of everything at that point. So, and it's hard getting through the field on a short track like this.
Yep, Tanner Marr, winner of tonight's race, and he definitely made sure to burn it down. He sent that motor back very damaged. We're going to go ahead and get him in here. Hey, Tanner, you got a copy?
Got you, Zach. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, and you're probably doing better. Nice win tonight. You were leading a lot of this race, and one pit stop helped you get back to the lead. Take us through your race.
Man, boy, oh boy. Lap traffic was atrocious for us tonight. I mean, the guys did what they were supposed to do, but I mean, it's just a fast track like this, man. You carry so much speed in the corners, and you come up on somebody that's about 15 miles per hour slower. It's really tough to manage it, dude. But I just got blessed with Five Kings Motorsports. We built a fast setup, and track position's key here, man. I'm just so happy to finally win at my home track. I've done about 4 or 5 league races here, and I can always find myself out front, but then by the time the checker flag waves, I'm never actually up there at the end.
Yeah, they're late in the race when Tyler was right behind you. We mentioned how you two were teammates and running such close, identical times. Were you guys running identical setups, or were they just mess with a little bit to your own personal, how you run the track yourself?
Between the Five Kings guys, so you got me, Tyler Johnson, Shannon Wilder, Joshua Sexton, Scotty Stevens, and Brandon Mettler. Out of those guys right there, me and Tyler normally run about the same setups, pretty much. We might change something a little bit, but I think this race right here, we were identical. The thing that Tyler, he's so fast, man. So like, it's nice having him as a teammate because when he's behind you, he's always there, you know. And when we got in that lap traffic, if I wasn't a teammate there, he could have got me. I mean, it just that's where a teammate comes in to effect, and just he always races me clean, man. So I love it.
You want to ask him anything, Jeff?
Yeah, hey, how you doing, Tanner?
Doing good, Jeff. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good, man. You had the dominant car right from the get-go, taking the pole. You led the most laps. The only time you ever gave up the lead was going into the pits. It seems like you had a good strategy. Did you have that planned out from the beginning on the kind of time frame when you wanted to get tired?
Uh, See, I'm terrible at conserving tires, and Nashville, I know it eats the tires, especially your right front. So, I mean, I knew I was going to pit sometime during this race. I was actually wanting to go in around lap 50, but we had so many cautions, and luckily my teammates talked me off that cliff because I was going to pull in, and I think if I would have went around lap 50, I think I would have went in there solo. So that would have killed me because I mean track position's key here. Jason Warren, once he got out front and didn't take tires, I still didn't think we'd be able to get around him because he's such a tough competitor too.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it was a great plan. Jason stayed out, which I think was probably the nail in his coffin when it came to it. Because once you got clear and got up front, it was just you and your teammates. Made me jealous. I want to be a five king myself now.
I tell you what, I'm sitting here looking at the results page. It's nice seeing uh, we got 4 out of the top 5, and they're all top king guys. So, I mean, 5 king guys. So, we've assembled a pretty good team here, man. We're all good buddies. We race each other hard. We race like teammates for the first 120 laps, 115 laps, and the last 10 laps. I mean, I'm more competitive with Tyler Johnson than I am anybody else in this league, probably. And that's just how we are. That's just the way it is.
Well, that's awesome, Tanner. Congratulations, man. I'm glad you won it, and you just had an outstanding race.
Buddy, if I could, I want to give a huge shout out to Five Kings Motorsports again. We're uh, we're closing in on 500 likes on Facebook. Any and every like counts. I mean, it helps a lot. And also, I got to thank Michael Falk over at MF Racing Designs. He throws these paint schemes together for me, and he sponsors me, puts me in other leagues, pays my chartering fee and stuff like that. So without him, I mean, I wouldn't be able to run these leagues like I do. So huge shout out to them. Thank y'all for broadcasting and the Thunderstruck, Shannon and Jason. I mean, it's a really well run league, and y'all do a good job in the broadcast. Thank y'all.
All right, congratulations on your win. Looking forward to seeing you. I think it's 2 or 3 weeks from now, but have a nice Christmas.
You and Jeff, y'all have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right, that was your winner, Tanner Marr. Dominating race from him, obviously, other than when he led every single lap. I mean, he led more laps than you could really ask for in a race. It's most important to lead the last one, but when you can lead that many laps out of 125, that's definitely not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, that was just an amazing run he had. The whole team, they just all have the great setup, and they were all up front. You can't really ask for a better team.
Yep, now we're going to go ahead and get Tyler Johnson in here. Hey, Tyler, you got a copy?
Got a copy.
Hey, congratulations on your second place finish. Go ahead and take us through your race.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I'm sure you saw turn 4 or something. I completely just piled up the whole track. After that, I was just trying to fight my way back up to second.
Yeah, you were fighting with your teammate there in the end. Is there anything more you could have done? I mean, we saw you dig, and it didn't look like you could have done anything else, but do you think you left anything on the table there?
I don't think I really left anything. I think I had a couple shots at him, but with that lap traffic and just trying not to cause an incident or anything like that, it's hard to get a pass here clean.
All right, you got anything for him, Jeff?
Yeah, it looked like you got in the wall a little bit there at the end there, Tyler, as you're trying to. I thought I'd pretty much written you off, but you were right back on him right there on that last lap.
Yeah, I think Tanner started slowing down towards like the couple last laps, and I was able to drive it in a lot harder than he was. I thought I was gonna have him on the outside, but it just kept drifting up to the wall. And once I hit the wall, it's just like I gotta just throw it in there and hope for the best.
All right.
Well, you had a great race. Congratulations on your second spot.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
You got any?
Happy to-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
I
Tyler.
was just gonna say I was happy to rebound.
All right, you got any shout outs you want to throw out there real quick?
Shout out to my mom and dad and Five King Motorsports.
All right. Well, you have a good night. Congratulations on your second place finish.
Yeah, thank you. Y'all too.
All right, Tyler Johnson, your second place finisher, and now Shannon Wilder, one of the head people when it comes to Thunderstruck Super Series, along with Jason Warren. So nice to see him get that third place finish.
Yeah, he had a good run too. That 10 car was looking good.
Hey, Shannon, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Hey, congratulations on your third place finish tonight. We didn't. I don't know if we saw it on broadcast because we were focusing on the leaders, but you were able to make that late race pass for the third position. Take us through your race.
First half of it was all strategy, just kind of keep your nose clean, stay out of trouble. And then last 50 laps, I knew I had something to finish top 5. I just didn't expect top 3. Tanner and Tyler, first and second, they're really fast guys. Scotty was out front of me. He started losing tires, so he started slowing up. So I knew I could get around him if I pushed a little harder. But when I got around him, I got loose. He got in the back of me. We wiggled a little bit, but we come on third, so we done all right with it.
Yeah, we see all of you guys coming from Five Kings. How much did you work with everybody on the team to build as a good of a setup as you could for tonight?
Actually, honestly, this setup that I run tonight, I really didn't do much to it. I changed the gear a little bit in it, added a little stagger in it. But the Five Kings Motorsports, they built an awesome setup tonight for me to run. I can't thank them enough for that.
All right, Jeff, you got something for him?
Yeah, basically, Shannon, I was thinking that you definitely deserve to be up there in that top 5 tonight. You were running real good all night. Was there any point that you thought you might even have a chance to win?
Yeah, when that late caution come out, well, I think it was like 10 or 12 to go. I thought if I could get around Scotty, maybe I can have a chance for Tyler and Tanner because they were pretty much nose to tail. But it would have took them running side by side for me to actually catch up. So, I mean, I'm happy with third. I wished I could have won, but I'm glad my teammates won first and second.
Yeah, congratulations to the Five Kings. I mean, you guys were all right up there. Looks like you got the whole top 4, all your team. So, congratulations on that, and just keep up the good work. And we'll see you again the next time.
Yeah, real quick, Shannon, you got any shout-outs you want to throw out there?
Yeah, obviously, I want to thank the Five Kings Motorsports for what they done this week. They're a hell of a group of guys. They're good drivers, good, respectable people. I want to thank Wildfire Photography for the sponsorships, and thanks you guys for the broadcast.
All right, well, congratulations on your third place finish, and you have a good night, Shannon.
Thank you guys. See you next week.
All right, Shannon Wilder, your third place finisher, rounding out the top 3. Top 4 are all teammates, and so, I mean, very impressive job by all those guys to not only build a setup quick enough to finish top 4 for everyone, but actually getting through the race and being able to finish top 4 is a task in itself with all the carnage. Jeff, any last thoughts about tonight's race?
Well, I just was amazed at that they were holding it as well as they did. The guys up front were amazing. They were last week as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing them close out the season strong there at Dover. And I think that it'll be a great race at the end of the year.
Yeah, speaking of Dover, we'll head to the schedule one last time tonight. Dover International Speedway coming to you in 3 weeks' time in 2021, the 7th of January, 75 laps around that mile track. Going to be an interesting one. That track can be pretty wild. It's heavily banked. It's a longer Bristol, basically, so going to be an interesting 75 laps to crown a champion. And, well, it looks like Jason Warren is going to be able to finish it off there in 3 weeks, but unless something extremely crazy happens. So he's got to be feeling pretty good going into that week.
Yeah, I would think he would be very comfortable with where he's sitting.
All right, so yeah, that was 125 laps here tonight in the Thunderstruck Super Series for the Big Fish Motorsports 125 from Nashville Speedway. I'm Zach Wetstein. This has been Jeff Paisley with me in the booth tonight. Have a good night.